where they were able to get in. For nearly 2 years, Turkey's border with northern Syria was wide open, and foreign fighters flowed across, including as many as 500 from Britain. This smuggler took some of them in. He says they came from across Europe, including England and Scotland.
Would you describe these people as dangerous, as radicals?
Yes, but the West is to blame, the UK and others. For 4 years, Syrians suffered while they watched from the sidelines.
The foreigners and many Syrians moved towards militant Islamist groups. They were better funded, equipped and organised, driven by a potent ideology. One of the recruits was a young man from Florida. They called him Abu Huraira al-Amriki.
Did you know any of
The man who trained him has now spoken to the BBC. He told us a young American crossed into Syria to help refugees, but he was angered by what he saw and took up arms against President Assad. Like many foreigners, he became radicalized, joining Al-Qaeda's franchise in Syria, Jabhat al-Nusra.
You think you're safe where you are in America or Britain? You think you are safe? You are not safe.
Abu Huraira killed himself in a suicide bombing earlier this summer.
Do you still welcome foreign fighters coming into your country to fight?
No. Foreigners used to come and help, but I don't trust them anymore. Now, the foreigners might come here only to be lured away and join ISIS. ISIS might even try to kill them.
The British Prime Minister has warned that NATO faces the creation of what he calls a terrorist state on its own borders. Well, this is Turkey, on NATO's southern flank. And there, just 150 metres away, is the Islamic State. Not a virtual threat, but a very real one. It has its own borders, its own land, its own funding, and thousands of recruits. Not just from Europe, but North America, the Gulf, and elsewhere in the world.
Turkey's denied helping jihadis across into Syria, but it's noticeably tightened border controls this year. It could be too late. Most of those who want to fight may have already gone in. The real challenge then is how to take on the Islamic State and the jihadis who want to bring the fight home. Ian Pannell, BBC News, Turkey.
Just miles from Syria's savage war is Turkey's Hatay airport. International in all the wrong ways. Every flight we secretly film land carried men from countries Al-Qaeda calls home. Why are they here? 2 from Mauritania, these 4 from Libya with large backpacks.
Hello, how you doing? Where are you from? Benghazi, okay.
Another from Egypt, then Saudi Arabia, even Leicester in the UK. Most must be innocently travelling, but many say little and rush into waiting cars. It's astonishing to see such a global crowd, so open and close to Syria, where Al-Qaeda is blooming, right under the noses of Turkish border control. Many arrivals are bound for this, the border into Syria. The smuggler drives us along his route from the airport, through safe houses around Hatay, towards the fence, where he delivers foreign jihadis straight to the Al-Qaeda-linked militants sweeping to power in Syria's anarchic north. When they get to the fence, he says, they kneel and cry, they weep, like they've just met something more precious to them than their own family. They believe this land, Syria, is where God's judgment will come to pass. What's extraordinary is the sheer pace. What started as a trickle of foreign recruits going to fight the Syrian regime has turned into a flood, we're told, trebling in pace since the chemical attacks around Damascus in August. This smuggler, in the last few months, shipping across 400 people. The Iraqi jihadi was shaking with excitement about his one-way trip the next morning. I'm so happy to be going to Syria, he says. Hopefully, I will die fighting. There are as many Europeans coming as Arabs now. We want an Islamic caliphate from Syria to Anbar in Iraq, without borders, but with Islamic law. Our fight is with the West now too, as their silence means they're complicit. This is so serious for Turkey that you can now see Al-Qaeda from the Turkish border. The black flag of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria showing they run the Syrian town Jarablus. Turkey insists it is fighting extremism, but this frantic traffic of jihadis risks making Al-Qaeda the new rulers of Syria's north and putting their latest and boldest sanctuary right on NATO's most volatile border.
Well, Nick